Hello guys, I just wanted to show you the Handmade Bankai sword. Okay, so it starts off here. This is actually the way that the swords in the olden days used to be wrapped. It goes around through and comes back around and they tie it in a really fancy cool way. Um, this part right here, I think this is made of plastic but it's very durable. This chain can actually withstand the actual weight of the sword, so that's wonderful. Okay. Now when it comes to right here, before this, the grip, right? It's actually a rubber piece to hold this in place, as well as this little metal piece right underneath. Okay, so that's really cool because it doesn't move at all. Okay, it's got a really nice sheath. The wrapping around here, the decoration is really well done. It's almost as if it was a traditional sword instead of one of the anime cosplay swords. And might I remind you that this is a 1060 high carbonate steel sword, but this is coated in a lot of oil. It's a black sword. Okay. So now, if you take a look here, right, it says China. But that's the only little part that I really do not like about the sword. Everything else is really nice. I don't really want to touch the blade right now, but it is really oily. Yeah. And the blade is already honed, which means that it's sharpened. Okay. And all the way at the tip, it does get a little worn down sometimes when you keep pushing it back in and taking it out because uh, the wood on the side is not very well done. Okay. Yep. So it actually starts to turn silver again, which is really bad. And I only bought this sword like, I don't know, Monday, and it's already Friday. So actually it's Thursday. So yep, it's a very nice sword. The only thing that's really weird is that this little pattern here is not the manga or anime actually, and neither is the one over here. Okay. Yep. Other than this sword is amazing. I have cut through a lot of things with this. It cuts through wood, small trees, computer screens, um, almost anything really. But do not go whacking a tree with this because it will not break, but your hand will break off your arm. So yeah, it's a very good sword. But you have to know how to handle a sword in order to have one of these, because this is a weapon. This is not a cosplay item. This is not something you can just buy for the sake of buying it. This is only for people who actually know either um, what is the thing called? You have to know Kundo or Kendo in order to use one of these. Okay, so whatever you do not buy the sword if you are positive you have not gone for any Kendo or Kundo class. Okay? And the sword is just a teeny bit bent, okay? It's just a teeny bit. Like, if I face it directly at you, let's see. You probably won't see it. Okay. Well, anyways, it's just, like, right around here. It actually starts bending just a little bit, which is just weird. I don't know why it does that. Other than that, this is a very nice full tang sword with a very nice hilt. It's got a nice scabbard and a nice sheath. It's got a nice chain, and this is not 68 inches, so it does look a little strange at first when you see it, but you will be amazed at how nice this thing performs if you are going to use it for like actual purposes such as kendo or kundo. You can use this as a decoration item, but beware that this thing can kill you if somebody breaks into the house and, you know, gets a hold of it. So keep this in a safe place. Do not just leave it around the house. Unless you're like one of those people who like collect swords and they just don't have any place to keep them. So yeah, just make sure if you're gonna buy this, have training first. And a quick demonstration. Okay, the sword itself does have a little recoil, so this chain, if you like swing it, right, the chain does swing around. So if you're gonna like use it on anything, make sure it's always honed, because if you're gonna just like whack at something, it's not gonna work. You have to have a form, and you should know this if you take Kendo, or you've gone for class. Okay? In Kendo, it's usually the movement of the wrist. Okay? So, yeah. And trust me, if you just look up any random video on YouTube on how to do Kendo or Kundo, it'll probably be one of the cheapest videos you'll probably ever see possible, because it really doesn't help you. It really doesn't. Okay? So this is what the 41-inch looks like. Okay? Now imagine another 20 inches. Okay? If this is 41, imagine just 40. So 20 is half. Okay? So now there, imagine like another half onwards. So it'll be probably that long, which is quite long. So there's a difference. It doesn't look too much like Ichigo sword, which is so short, but it's a good buy. Okay.